Okay, so this is from the Mail Online Sport, and it says, police open investigation into former Wales international David Cotterill following accusations that Euro 2016 semi-finalist cheated teammates out of £400,000. Can you explain that?
One, there's no police investigation. Otherwise, I'd have had the police knocking at my door first. I don't think the newspapers would know before me. So that's not true. Me and other people have lost money together, yeah. I lost a lot of money.
I just want to say quickly before we go into people and whatever, names. My father does a lot on like property scams and stuff for people who lose their money. So when I first heard of it, it was, fucking hell, David Cotterill scamming people. But when I spoke to my old man about it as well, he's like, no, he's probably been burnt himself.
I lost a lot of money. I got burnt myself, and then I took the flak for it off other people, basically. And ultimately, you know, if I've, you know, I said, you know, everything's gonna be fine, and people trusted me, and I trusted someone. But business goes wrong on a daily basis, all the time. The only difference is that if I'm in the public eye, it's going to make then the newspapers. But people, you know, this happens on a daily basis, that business, you know, goes wrong and so on. And that's just that's unfortunate. And, you know, I've lost out as well, you know.
What players were involved in this then?
There's a few probably who would stay anonymous, which that's like a private matter. But the one you're probably alluding to, or what you're getting at, is probably being made pretty public. So, yeah.
The one, Jazz Richards.
Well, you can speak on that. Yeah, you can ask anything.
Yeah. I did get told by someone else as well. They were like, yeah, Ashley Williams, was he another one involved?
No.
That just proves a point there of what people say in it, you know? Okay, but how many players would you say were involved?
There was a few. I tell you what, there's a lot who've made large lump sums of money too.
Really?
Yeah. There's not people made very good money too. There's not just a net, like people want to put the negative story out there. I could sit here and say, look, there's people out there who are not footballers who made money and were able to buy their first home
off the same
thing, so off similar sort of dealings, or business or whatever. So there's been a lot of negative press around that, but there's been positive stuff also. But you know, I'm not going to sit here and say that I feel great about everything that went wrong. You know, I've said that I've made mistakes, and I'll continue to make mistakes. I'm not an angel by any stretch of the imagination, but you know, I lost out. It's not always been negatives though.
Was it okay? So was it intentional, or was it a genuine mistake? How this happened? Genuine
mistake. No. Well, if I was that fucking good, I wouldn't lose money myself, would I?
Yeah. And have you tried reaching out to the people who you've lost money with?
Yeah, we speak, or it's correspondence via email or whatever it might be. But I never shirk or hide from those responsibilities.
Yeah. And if, like, you know, you could say something to any of them now, what would you say?
I've said it to them myself. You know, I've apologized for it, and I've said that I've lost as well. You know, I'm in a similar boat as them, really. And you know, things go wrong in business. That's what I've said. And unfortunately, people have been hurt, and I don't want to hurt anyone. And I've been hurt, and so have my family been hurt off that as well. You know, there comes a price with that, with stories being sold, and there's this and that. There's been threats. There's been all sorts. I could sit here all fucking day and say what exactly has gone on, but the people that you're also talking about, they're not angels too.
What year did this happen? What year did you come off alcohol?
I'm not. Well, it's 4 years. So 4 years ago, in the middle of this month, 15th of February, I'm 4 years sober.
So this happening would have correlated with you drinking, which people probably would have thought.
They probably put it as that as well. There would have been, you know, the success stories before that. I'm not just blaming it purely on my alcohol dependency, but it would have played a part for sure. But I was just thinking of an avenue to make money away from football, because I knew football money wasn't going to last forever. So I looked at a different business avenue. I was doing quite well for myself off the pitch, away from that, and it was going really well. Hence, when the other dealings started to get involved, things were going okay for a while, and then it, hit the shit.
If you was a model professional football player and you played for the amount of time you did, could you live off football for the rest of your life?
You probably could, yeah, but when you've had fucking divorces like mine, you probably can't. So
That's fair.
That's where I also think the system's fucked as well. I just think as a male, I think, when you have your breakup, yes, you should provide for your children, but then I think then the woman should then go on, or the partner should then go and get a job. Like, fucking that's what everyone else has to do. But then the guys have to go through, have access for their children, they pay the maintenance, they pay X amount of money, then they have the partner using the kids as a weapon, that you can't see the kids, you can't do this. I just think the whole system's fucked, really, because
I agree.
At what point does it stop? How can you keep forking out? If you provide for your kids, you should 100% do that, for sure. But then why is the partner then living off the life that they're accustomed to? I don't get it.
I think we're living in a strange time, because there's two of these. There's this one here where women want to be more empowered, and I'm all for it, equal pay, all that great stuff. But at the same time, if you're shouting that, you should be providing in a marriage. And the other one is as well, it's a bit sidetracked to this, but it's this cancel culture we got. Now, we interviewed Tommy Robinson and we had a bit of backlash off people the first time round. But it's like, if we can go out there and we've got to accept that anyone can be what they want to be, they can identify of what they want to be. We're meant to be pushing boundaries now, and you can be this and you can be that, and anything's possible. So if that's the case, it's like the same people who are saying that are the same people silencing people.
Yeah.
It's contradictory in my eyes.
I find it very hard to actually correspond with anyone now who thinks that what we just said about Bovid as it's not been an agenda, because so many people are dying. All these young athletes who are elite athletes just dropping down, having cardiac arrest, blood clots are fucking, everyone's got a blood clot. So many people are dying young now, where everyone thinks it's always happened. It fucking hasn't.
I want to say this as well, because it is like they have set you up perfectly to sound like a nutter.
They can
because everything in the articles you've got of your addiction and scamming and this, you're easy targets to be someone who is implausible.
Of course, and I'm not stupid enough to know that with my past, that might then go before me, in the sense of people will think, well, why would I listen to that fucking lunatic who's done this? He's got an addiction with alcoholism, which is absolutely fine. I'm not doing that. If I can help my main thing when I set up my mental health foundation previously, my main focus was, if I can help one person per day, then I've done my job. So me posting on social media, I can get abused by thousands and thousands of people, but if I help one person and wake them up, but more and more people are waking up to this shit.
No, I agree.
And all the satanic rituals and Sam Smith and people like that who are dressing up, showing their fucking tits off.
I did see the Grammys.
Like, if you don't, if you look at that and think that's absolutely normal, then I think you're the fucking weirdo and not me.
Yeah, no, I agree. I do agree. I think it is like we're pushing this social boundary, right? Which is it's gone past the boundaries.
It's gone past that, because like when for example, right, I got censored for about 3-4 months. I got over like 46,000 followers on Instagram. I was getting less than 10 views on my story.
Can I, so I've got these here. I want to read them out quickly, just as for the articles. So the first one, like you just said then, was about basically you called out about the vaccination. So we've got, again, the Daily Mail, your fans.
They like me, don't they?
Vile former Wales, wow, I can't believe they actually said that. Vile former Wales international David Cotterill is slammed as scum by fans online after he linked Brighton player Enoch Mwepu's hereditary heart issue retirement to the COVID vaccine in his latest conspiracy theory rant. His latest. So, that's bad. Like,
by the way, can I just say, my comment was on Instagram was, we all know what it is.
I did read it. There was nothing in there.
So there's nothing in there to say that I mentioned about that.
Yes.
Also, secondly, people thought that I was so thick that I don't know what hereditary is. So, as you can tell with the way I speak.
It's a film, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm joking.
It's the way I can, I'm not fucking thick.
No,
so, and I just found that actually In fact, whoever that journalist is, he's fucking useless because he should. Do you know what?
Michael Redlin.
Okay, well, tell him to go and fucking find. Tell him to go and find all these fucking paedophiles who are working in all these like music industries. There's news presenters who are getting fucking, protected. Go and fucking sell a story on who's trafficking kids and not who's posting a comment on Instagram. Fucking, he's lazy journalist.